For now, I'm happy enough knowing that despite how he feels about my family, he's trying not to push me away.
Hello, fellow mercenaries.
Ayame's voice blasting through the comms snaps us out of our bubble.
I come bearing a message from our dearest captain.
She clears her throat exaggeratedly, and June rolls his eyes with a soft look in them. He is definitely used to her wild ways by now.
Get your butts to the bridge now. This is urgent. Oh, and he says pretty please. Over and out.
Ayame!
As she turns off the comm, I can hear Cauldron snapping at her in the background, and a smile tilts my lips at the sound. At least some things never change.
We should get going. Don't want to leave those two alone long enough for a fight to break out.
Agreed. Sharing a smile, we set off to the bridge, in a silence that's more awkward than I'd like to admit. Our conversation seems to have brought unpleasant thoughts to the both of us. Siblings, Nerissa, June's brother.
Underground now. Too many eyes around. Far too dangerous for Oppo to stand out.
Oppo's voice is clear and familiar when we enter the bridge, and I look around to find the rest of the crew already gathered around the middle of the bridge, Cauldron and Damon each on one side of what I assume to be Oppo. The crew surrounds Oppo, in hologram form, and June quickly leaves my side to join Riona and Cauldron on the other side of the room.
It's good to hear you're safe at least. I apologize if our presence here has hindered your operations. Thank you for reaching out.
No problem. No problems at all. The Anrath crew are good customers and friends. Oppo would never dream to jeopardize our relationship.
Still, I took out the group of guards that were on our trail. Have you seen any others?
Not yet, no, but the commotion.
Damon rolls his eyes, giving the Arknose a dry look.
That was hardly a fight.
He mumbles under his breath as he runs a clean cloth over his dagger, throwing Cauldron a grin when the other gives him a glare.
It was enough to draw attention. See? Oppo got a tip that they were sending another ship to investigate. So, Oppo hid somewhere safe until they leave again. And so should you, yes? Especially with your new friend.
Cauldron frowns at the remark, but keeps his cool nonetheless.
We can't just yet. We need a CD to get away safely, and we need your help to get it.
Oppo's scared expression shifts slowly into the one they had when they tried to buy me, or sell the pieces for an outrageous amount for the crew. Before they or Cauldron have the chance to each say their piece, Damon already has his knife pointed right in the middle of the Arknose's eyes, and I'm assuming they can see it, because the shock on their face is real, despite the hologram.
Don't screw with us, Oppo. You're hidden, but I know very well where you are, and I wouldn't mind taking a detour before we leave. Do I make myself clear?
The captain gives a short nod to his second-in-command, apparently grateful for the intervention keeping him from having to waste any more of his time. The Arknose swallows in vain, their forked tongue trembling slightly outside of their mouth, but Oppo ends up nodding in agreement eventually, to which Damon takes back his dagger to continue casually polishing it.
There is no way of getting a CD here in Terranium now. The next shipment isn't due until the next new moon.
That's a week from now. We don't have the luxury of being able to wait.
Yes, I know.
I could swear Oppo's eyes were fixed on me as they said that, and I wonder if all along they knew who I truly am. I wouldn't doubt they did for a second.
Lucky for the Avalanche crew, I know where one is. You need to go there yourself. But the supplier will be expecting you.
Fine. Tell us where we need to go.
Cursa. Right next door and out of the way of any patrols that might come looking for you, it is.
The mood on the bridge shifts considerably at Oppo's words, and I find myself to be almost overwhelmed at the change.
But a Chimeri stronghold nonetheless.
Calderon looks bothered by the idea, as if it's something he'd rather avoid entirely. June and Riona next to him look equally concerned about our apparent next destination. On the other hand, Damon looks like he just spotted prey he'd been hunting for eons and is preparing to pounce. It's his home planet, and yet there isn't an inch of joy in his expression, only stark determination. Aya and Bash next to him seem concerned, though more for Damon than about our destination.
I'll send the details of the contact. And you let her know Oppo sent you, yes?
Her? I wonder.
Thank you, Oppo. We'll stay in touch.
The captain all but hangs up on the Arknos, turning to Bash and Ayame and giving his orders, sending Bash off to the engine room to make sure they're ready to go, and telling Aya to set the course. It would seem he wants to leave as soon as possible to get this ordeal over and done with. The second-in-command approaches me, his steps light and precise, a twisted smile on his face.
Oh, this will be so much fun. Obviously, it's about time you earn your dues. But given your penchant for wandering on your own, don't think we'll be able to let you roam around freely this time. So I guess we'll have to babysit.
He turns serious after verbally jabbing at me, pinning me to my spot with cold, sharp eyes.
This isn't going to be a fun ride. Don't think Terranium was the worst Celiota had to offer. Don't let your guard down when we get there.
But you said it'll be fun. A stupid remark, I realize. Perhaps the weight of it all is finally getting to me and I'm losing it. Perhaps I just want to see how serious he is about Cursa being, well, cursed.
For me it will. After all, I'm going home.
Something about the way he says it makes me want to hole up in my room and stay there until we're done with Cursa. But I can't. I won't. I'll make myself useful, and this time, I won't go off on my own.